Hi, I'm Sameer Jain. The Motorcycle Museum in Newburgh is my favorite, for it has, I think, the largest collection of historical motorbikes in the world. I see bikes from the World War II era, 1960s choppers, tons of vintage Harleys, and more than 100 bikes created by now defunct brands. I think there are over 600 motorcycles here, mainly from the first half of the 20th century, with a very special emphasis on Indian motorcycles. In fact, model from every year is on display, as you see some of these behind me. Amongst the most fascinating items I find here are long forgotten American makes. A four-cylinder PS from 1910, a Cleveland, and bikes from Monarch, Pope, Ace, and Thor. And there are some truly primitive machines as well as a century-old Tour Bouton three-wheeler, which I think is one of the oldest running motorcycles in America. The best part is this museum has over 100 Indian motorcycles. The Indian brand, you can see this here right behind me, built their first bike in Springfield, Massachusetts in 1901, and they went out of business in 1953. They've come back and forth, and this name has been revived several times since. So we now here have a timeline of Indian motorcycles from 1901 to 1953, but there's much more to marvel over. There are board track racers from the 1910s and 20s, custom cruisers, bedazzled with lights, and motocross machines from the 60s and 70s. Also, there are over 30 choppers here. Ed Roth's mailbox, Alan Ness's taxi, and Ron Elbert's bubble machine, replicas of the choppers from the Easy Rider. There's also a police gallery that features police motorcycles from the city of Newburgh, as well as from New Windsor. You'll also find here one of the 13 Harley Davidsons that were used in the motorcade when President Kennedy was assassinated. There is also this circa timeline section that has motorcycles that were manufactured prior to 1930. You look at some of these bikes here, they're all from the 1901s to the 1910s. There's also a Didouin Bouton trike, Thomas, Reading, Standard, Yale, Pope, Henderson, the Flying Merkel. You can spend an entire day here. This place is amazing. It's one of New York's best kept secrets, and I encourage you to visit this whenever you have time. I'm going to show you some more beautiful bikes soon. Now let's get on a private tour, and I'm going to show you some gorgeous bikes. These are from the 1960s, the Glide period, Harley Davidsons. Observe how beautiful these are. This is another monster. These are some Harleys that go way back to the 1940s. That's a 1937 1300cc Harley. That's a 1935 1200cc model VD, a 1936 VLH, a 30 horsepower model RL, this is a beautiful military bike, 18 horsepower. Look at this one. This is to die for. I suspect from the 1917-20 period. A 27 model BA. A 1921 Harley. Here are some with sidecars. But it's time for us to step into the 1910s. These Harleys are from the 1910, 15, 20 period. A 1914 beautiful model 10A, they say. A 1915 model 1F. Oh, they don't make bikes like these anymore. A 1903. I'll be damned. 1903. Wow. Immaculately preserved. A 1910. These are some other makes, not Harleys. Hildebrandt and Wolf Müller. 1894. And these are some real beauties. Most of them are from the 1900s, I think. 1906, a tri-car. Aha, what is that I spy? A 1901 Thomas auto bicycle. This is the Didouin Bouton I was looking for. Here it is, hidden away. 1897. This is the Model 3 Harley. I'm going to show you a bike that is iconic. It was used in this movie, The Great Escape, Steve McQueen, if you remember. Aha, here it is. This is the Triumph that was in The Great Escape. This is a Thor, going back to early 1910, 15, 1910, yes. A 1911 Flying Merkel, 9 horsepower engine. Observe these white tires. This was long before the tires as we understand them. Synthetic tire was invented. That's a Yale 4P. There's a Flanders out there. Here's another Flying Merkel. Well, I hope I've given you a sense of some of the most iconic, beautiful, antique motorcycles that probably exist in the world today. And this is a place you might like to visit on your own and can spend a whole day out here appreciating some of the best things in life. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the tour. Bye bye.